In this video, we're going to learn about some text functions in Microsoft Excel, which allow us to work with text. We're going to learn about the concat function, and we're also going to learn about the lower function. So we're going to use these functions to build this random name generator that we've been building over the last couple of videos. And you can see here that names are randomly being generated. The concat function is going to allow us to bring some text together, and the lower function is going to allow us to make that text lowercase. So we're going to see how to use both those functions in this video. Let's get to it. So here I am in my random name generator, and as I press F9 on my keyboard, and F9 is the shortcut key for calculating all the formulas in your workbook at the same time. And you can see that tooltip right here. I'm on the formulas ribbon right there. The calculate now, not the calculate name, but the calculate now button. The shortcut key is F9, and it calculates everything on the workbook. So as I press F9, you can see everything automatically recalculating. I'm getting these different random names, and sometimes I get a credential and sometimes I do not, based upon the random logic we put into this. And this is an entire series, a playlist, like kind of a free course. And in the description of this YouTube video, you can find the link to this free course, this playlist, this series of videos teaching you how to build a random name generator, and also teaching you a whole bunch of other Excel skills, which will be totally useful for you in your life to make you more efficient and effective at using Microsoft Excel. So if you want to check out that whole playlist after this video, click in that link in that description. You can go look at it. But now the last thing we need to do is create an email address. So I'm going to create an email address out of the last and first name, and then use an @ symbol and make it all lowercase and give them a domain from over here. And to do that, I'm going to start with an equal sign, and I'm going to use the concat function. And so concat, we saw in the previous video, will bring different words together with no delimiters between them by default. And so the first thing I want is their last name. And the next thing I want is just an underscore. So I'm just going to put in quote, underscore, quote, and that'll put an underscore in there. And the next thing I want is their first name. And then after that, I want an @ symbol. So I'm going to do quotes around an @ symbol. And then after that, I want a domain, but I randomly want to choose one of these domains. So I'm now going to nest a function inside the concat function. It'll be a function inside a function. And to get this text here, I'm going to use XLOOKUP to look up one of these values. And which value do I want to look up between 1 and 6? I want a random number from 1 to 6. So I'm going to use RANDBETWEEN and nest another function here. And I'm going to choose, have a random number generated between 1 and 6, right? So this will generate a random number between 1 and 6, and that's going to be the value that gets looked up. It's going to get looked up from this list, this column, this array of values right there. I'm going to press F4 to hold that absolute, and it's going to return a value from this list, this column, this array right there. I'm going to press F4 to make that reference absolute. And so now with that XLOOKUP function here, choosing a random number between 1 and 6, looking that number up in this column and returning the value associated with that column, I'm done with the XLOOKUP function. And with concat here, I'm also done with concat. It's going to join that text with this text, with that text, with this text, with this text generated by the XLOOKUP and the RANDBETWEEN function. That's a lot. So I'm going to hit my ending paren. I'm going to press enter, and I have an error. So let me take a look here. And my error is I put it I put my paren in the wrong spot. I put it right between XLOOKUP. I need to put it down here at the end, put my ending paren there, and now press enter, and it worked. But it's all kind of mixed case, so I want to make this lowercase. So I'm going to come over here once again to this function, click right in front of concat there, and type in lower, and do an opening parenthesis right there, and then do my ending parenthesis right here, and that's going to make all of that lowercase. I'm going to press enter. You can pause the video if you want to look at that function, that formula built out of all those functions right there. But now I'm going to press enter, and now it's all lowercase. So that's how we use the concat function, XLOOKUP, RANDBETWEEN, and lower, nesting all those functions together to dynamically create an email address. And I'm going to press F9 just to see that email address dynamically being created out of all of the different names that are being generated. And then the last thing I might want to do is just copy this entire row, copy that, Control C, and then bring it down here over all of those rows and Control V and see if everything looks good. And we've got first names and last names being generated. We have titles and credentials being generated. We have the full names being generated, and we also have emails being generated. And I could press F9 to recalculate all that. And that's pretty amazing. That's our random name generator. And it took a couple of videos to get here, but I think it was really kind of fun and interesting and satisfying to do this. In the next video that I make for this YouTube channel, I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to become more productive, effective, and efficient with all of your writing. And what I'm going to show you, when I saw this, it actually, like, wow, it was amazing. It blew my mind. So I'm going to share with you how to do that in the next video. If you want to check out that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and then toggle that little bell so that you'll be notified when that video comes out. In addition, if there's anything else you want to learn about Microsoft Excel or all of technology, leave a note down in the comments area. I read those comments and then I make videos inspired by what people have suggested. So suggest something if there's something you want to learn. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. That helps support me in making these videos so that I can continue to make them for you. So hit that like button, and I look forward to seeing you next time.